Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over our November budget because we are in a new month. It is currently Sunday, November 10th, and we are going to be just showing you how we started out the month of November, you know, through all the craziness of election season and everything like that. So if you are into that type of video, please stay tuned. And if you are new, my name is Bo. I live in Seattle. I'm 31 years old on a journey to 1 million net worth before retirement age. So again, if you're into that, please stay tuned and we will get right back into the video. Starting with our bill tracker. So we are in the month of November. So for our bills, we did have a few come in. And first off, we had our tried and true rent for the month. And we also had our electricity bill. And our electricity bill was less this time, which was interesting. It was $55.09, which is great because I've been struggling to keep it under $60 for the past few months here. So that's amazing. That is pretty much it in terms of our bills. So we're just gonna go on to some of the housekeeping items, our savings and stuff like that. So for the month of November, I was able to save, invest, kind of. For our savings, I guess, for our savings goals, I didn't necessarily put towards our emergency fund because it is full, but I did invest $1,000. And I do plan to save another $5. So we'll see how that breaks down later on in the month. So again, for emergency fund, we are at $20,000 and it's gonna stay there. And then for our individual brokerage, I was able to add $1,000, which is amazing. So now we are at $1,383 total in there, which is amazing. I wasn't expecting it. And it's a great surprise. So that's where we're at with that. And again, for our saving, we didn't do any beans this month because we only put towards our individual brokerage, no cash liquid savings. And that's pretty much it for our housekeeping items. So now we can go into our budget and our spending for the month of November so far. So just to start things off, we have our 3 goals. The first one being invest $1,000, which I've already done. The next one is to finish trip sinking fund, which I've also already done. I think I'm gonna add an extra 200 when I get paid next on the 22nd of November. So I'm not gonna check that off yet. And then my third goal for the month of November is just to keep our miscellaneous spending within budget. And my miscellaneous spending outside of my end of year trip is around 500. And right now we are meeting that goal, but we will see at the end of the month if we do meet it. I expect that we will. And I will tell you why further into the video. So then for our month so far, I did go to the ballet with some friends. That came with a little bit of a cost. We have 2 birthdays, we have Thanksgiving, and then we have our end of year trip that goes into December. So that is our pretty much schedule for this month. I'm looking forward to finishing out this month and just enjoying the holiday season. So that's what we have going on for this month. Now, if we move on to our spending, I've written out my budget for you guys in advance. I was paid on the 8th of November, $2,463.86. And with that, I saved $814 for my end of year trip. And I invested $1,000 in my individual brokerage, which feels amazing. I haven't been able to invest in my individual brokerage in a long time this year. I definitely put it on the back burner, so it just feels good to put some money towards that. Now we have our living expenses, which I'm expecting to be $1,630. And then for self-care, $304, just like last month. We have entertainment and pets. And the pets one is a little bit pricier than usual, just because everything's coming sort of at the same time. And then also with certain things needing to be ordered in bulk and early, I'm expecting to spend around $150 on that. And then we have our discretionary, which is $500 planned. And then we have a new category, which is end of year trip. I already have a sinking fund for this. So for the car rental, my portion is gonna be around $600 planned. For lodging, my portion is gonna be $14.85.93. And for food, I'm planning to spend around $800 for that. So my total budgeted for my end of year trip is $2,885.93. So that's how much I have in my sinking fund. So I'm looking to spend at this amount or lower so that it doesn't disrupt the rest of my budget. And so my total budgeted expenses is sitting at $5,501.13. And I'm expecting around $6,000 or so total income. So it's gonna leave me, if I save the way I need to, it's gonna leave me with around $100 or so as a buffer in my checkings account, which is fine because everything is kind of working. All of my money is working, and that also includes my savings. So I'm not too worried about having a low buffer this month. If I stick to the budget, then it will mean absolutely nothing. And then lastly, we have our day-to-day spend. And I did kind of spend, not too much, but some. I would say we're doing okay. We are, not over budget yet, but we did have some spending. So we went to Whole Foods in the beginning of the month, and I just spent $50 on just some stuff that could supplement our groceries because I didn't want to eat out too much this month. And I do feel like when we supplement our groceries with some of the things from Whole Foods, just some of the healthy snacks and some of the not so healthy snacks, it helps to not eat out when we do go out. It's good now. For me, I'm getting into the swing of going outside for entertainment, and that entertainment not being just to eat, right? Not only is it helping with my weight, because I am tracking that, but it's helping with my wallet as well. So I'm looking to continue this and to just eat out a lot less anyway, especially knowing some of the costs that are associated with things like eating out, with food imports and stuff like that. I'm just looking to be more locally sourced. And then the next thing that I did was there was like a tip/donation. It was $1.25 just on top of some things that I was purchasing online. So I thought, why not? It's a good cause. I'll put a little bit towards that. And then again, like I mentioned, I went to the ballet on the 7th. It was super fun, and it was pay as you wish. So it was kind of like a donation-based ticket purchase, and I just went with the standard $10. And we also had dinner at the ballet. I ate before I went, so I shared a dessert with a friend and I paid for it. So it was $14.34, not too bad. So I felt fine doing that, and I also got paid on that day too, so it's whatever. And then lastly, I bought some shabu meat, which usually this would go with the grocery bill, but I didn't want to go over, and also I didn't buy it at the same time. So because I went back and bought this meat, I put it into our miscellaneous spend. And that also reminds me that I didn't actually add my grocery bill to the bills section, but it did come out to $125 this cycle. So that is within budget. It's exactly half of what I have. So my next one, it cannot go over $125 if I want to stay within my budget. So that is where we are so far with the budget for November. It's a pretty standard start. I'm at a total of spending right now of $101.54, which you can see here. So that's fantastic. We have a goal of $500. So we have $398.46 left to spend for the month of November. And that's not including what I'm going to be spending at my end of year trip, which is why it's so important, you guys, to try to have a sinking fund, because I don't want to go into vacations anymore just having to separate mentally, each each type of money, right? So I have a separate account where I will be taking out for my trip, and my normal checkings account will not be touched at all. So that is basically it for my budget for the month of November for the first week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I am more interested in hearing in the comments how you guys are planning your November. I want to know if you have any plans for the end of November, for any travel for my American and non-American viewers. And I also want to know how you plan to budget around everything going on with the election, if that will have an impact on your budget or not. All of that I want to know in the comments below. So please leave a comment, and I will talk to you guys in there, and I will see you in the next video.